Friends, today we are going to discuss here the belt conveyor classifications. The very important what time how many types of belts are available, conveyor belts are available, that will be discussed here. It is based on the three main category, based on installation, whether it can be fixed and it can be portable. Then based on the path, whether it is horizontal, unidirectional or reversing or bidirectional or inclined, horizontal or inclined. Then based on the design or application, it can be a flat belt or trap belt conveyor, telescopic conveyor, swing ring conveyor, and special purpose conveyor. The special purpose conveyor. So these are the types of classification of conveyor. Will discuss one by one and show you the pictures also. You see, first one is fixed type conveyor. This is a fixed type conveyor, flat conveyor. This one is a fixed type. First one is fixed and portable. So this one is the fixed, where it cannot be moved. This one is the fixed, where it cannot be moved. Then second one is your portable. This one is your portable type. This one is your portable type. This is the portable type. You see, this is the portable type conveyor. You can take it out and place anywhere because the wheels are there, and it is rotating with the help of the motor, and then it can fix anywhere. You can take it anywhere. Then your horizontal or inclined, that is your, this one is your horizontal, this one is your horizontal conveyor. This is all a horizontal conveyor. This one is the inclined conveyor. It is inclined conveyor, and this is horizontal conveyor. The horizontal conveyor. Then flat and trap belt conveyor. This is the flat belt conveyor. Here the flat belt will come and move on this idler, and here it is trap belt conveyor. It is a semispheric half circle type. So this is called trap angles. We have discussed so many degrees are there, 30, 40, 45, 20 trap angles are there. So this is a trap conveyor. This is the flat conveyor. Then again, uh, telescopic conveyor. Then your telescopic conveyor, I will show you. This one is your telescopic conveyor. You can make any angle as per your requirement. As per your requirement, you can make any angle. Telescopic conveyor. Then your telescopic conveyor. Then screw ring conveyor, slew ring conveyor. This one is your slew ring conveyor. This one is your slew ring conveyor. You see, this is a slew ring conveyor. You can move this conveyor with this motor. It can anywhere in this circle. So a different angle of discharge, different positions along the circles. Conveyor can be projected beyond the circles also, and at different degree you can discharge the material. The conveyor is moving, and it is covering a wide range, and anywhere you can circular way you can discharge the material. So swing conveyor, this is the swing conveyor utilizes a rotating ring bearing to pivot the conveyor bottom horizontally and allowing it to distribute the material like sand, coal, and packages over a large area without moving the bias. So you can, there is no need, you can, the conveyor can rotate. You can you can drop the material and you can discharge it to anywhere in the radius. So this is the slewing conveyor. Then we are going to discuss the slat conveyor. This is the slats. You see different type of, these are the slats. Your orange color slats. So conveyor system that utilize chain drive. Here it is chain drive. Chain drive slats are mounted on the chain. Chain driven loop of slats to move the material from one end to another. they move the material from this end to this end. This slats will move on along, are tied with the chain, and it will go on moving. So it will along with this material is also moving. The chain is driven by a motor which causes the slats to cyclic, just like a belt conveyor. It is movement just like belt conveyor. Provide the rigid flat surface to move the irregular size of object. If it is object size are irregular, then also it can be moved. It can be moved. Then slats are made of engineering plastic or wood or metal. This slats can be made of plastic, maybe made of wood, or maybe made of metals. Most useful for moving the heavy objects that would damage other conveyor types. If it is a rubber type conveyor, then it could damage the rubber. So that's why the smart, it cannot damage the slats. So it is slats are ideal for frequent start and stop. And anywhere you can start and stop the conveyor. For that is the advantage of slat conveyor. Is the advantage of conveyor. And then next is your uh, screw conveyor. Next, your screw conveyor. You see the material. It is going. The screw is moving, so it is taking the material and dropping it to the from one end is collecting and dropping it to the other end. The capable of handling wide variety of bulk material from sluggish to free flowing. From sluggish to free flowing, it is sluggish, then free flowing also can be moved. Can have multiple inlet and discharge. If in between, if there is any hole, you can provide, so you can discharge, and you can take it if, in between anywhere. uh, Anywhere. Slide gates and valve can be added to control flow into and out of the screw conveyor. So the flow can be adjusted by using the slide gates. When used as a metering device, they are used they are also called the screw feeders. Screw feeder, if when you are using as a metering device. Then screw conveyor are locally totally enclosed. You see that it is totally enclosed. It is totally enclosed, and can be mounted horizontally or inclined. It can be mounted horizontally and can be inclined, vertically inclined, vertically inclined, or vertically or orientation. If it is vertical also, then also it can take the material because it is closed, and can be used to heat, cool, or dry product in that in transit. Any type of cool or heat material also, dye product also can be take with this screw conveyor. You see, this is the screw. It is fixed on one end. It is screw, and this is the screw. This is the hanger and bearing. See, is the hanger and bearing. You say this is the here it is. The screw, the rod are tight with this hanger and bearings, hanger and bearings. So it will go. It will be rotating. The screw material will go along with this, along the path, and the position will be fixed here. Because the position, the screw cannot change. So it is holding here the rod, and it will go on rotating. So this will it will go on moving forward direction. Then D is your trough ends. Here you see the trough end. What is trough ends? Now they are heavy duty end plates. They are heavy duty end plates located at both extreme end, for this end and this end, both extreme end, both extreme. They are both extreme end, both extreme extremities of a screw conveyor trough. They serve as a preliminary the structure anchor point. These are anchor point, fixed point, anchor points, and of the screw anchor point for the conveyors and the screw, and house the end bearing. You see it house the end bearing also. The screw are these rods are in the screw, in the bearing. Here it is resting on the bearing. In between also bearing are there to so that the rod will not hang or bow. So here one bearing is there, that side another bearing is there. In between also you can provide it. So, and H is your discharge. F is your discharge spout. F is your discharge spout. Here from here it is material fall down. and material will fall down, and supporting feed saddle, the edge is the supporting feed saddle where the screw conveyor will be mounted. Screw conveyor will be mounted. So this is the screw conveyor. This is the screw conveyor. Sometimes the shaftless screw conveyor is also there. It is go on rotating, but inside there should not be any shaft. So the material will go on passing from one type to another due to the movement of the screw. Ideal for weight and sticky and sluggish material. This is sluggish material because it will there will not be any material stuck to the shaft in between. Internal bearing are avoided. So internal bearing, here we have provided internal bearing, that also can be avoided. Here continuously material will go on from one end to other. For weight and sticky material, this shaftless screw material conveyor is also can be used. Then this is the cooling of the screw conveyor. You see from here cooling water will go, and from here cooling water will come out. So material, whatever material we are going to put it here, it will be cooled when it is discharged to other end. So very hot material discharged from a rotary kiln or a similar equipment can damage your downstream process, the downstream process and handling equipment. That the fly ash from boiler, limestone from the rotary kiln. It is very hot, so it can damage the downstream process. So that's why it need to be cooled. That is why we are providing the cooling water jacket from when the material will come in contact with this jacket, cooling water, not directly contact but jacket, so it will be cooled. Cooling screw conveyor uses cooling water that circulate the jacket, that circulate on the jacket and trough to or even use hollow plates. So it will be cooled. While material will be dropped here and will be passing through this, so it will be cooled because cooling water is passing through this. And these are the two bearing houses hold the screw. Then common screw conveyor problem, that is the problem is reduced yield because quantity will be reduced. The weight sticky material adhere to the screw. If it is sticky material, it can adhere to the screw. It can adhere to the screw. It can adhere to the screw here in between the screw. It can adhere. So adhere to the screw. And the solution to this is to electro polish and polish the screw to mirror finish. So you have to electro polish the screw to mirror finish so that if weight sticky material cannot be avoided, use shaftless screw design. If it is cannot be avoided, then shaftless screw design can also be used. That I have already shown you. Shaftless screw design that can also be used. That can also be used. The problem, fast wear of trough and screw fly due to abrasive product. If the product is abrasive, then the screw can be can damage. So trough and the screw to be made of abrasive resistance plate or hardened face so that it should not damage. Then dusty and leak from trough. If it is dust material, then from the trough end there can be leakages. So use flange cover with compressive gasket to tight seal. So that you have to use you have to use a gasket, compressive gasket to tight seal so that the dust material cannot come out. Dust material cannot come out. Now next is your bucket conveyor. Before going to discuss bucket conveyor, I am going to tell you why bucket conveyor have some advantage. Because you see, this is the angle of repose. When you drop a material from the top, the bulky material, so it will make an angle. Wherever it is, you fall the material on the surface, it will make the same angle. That is called the angle of repose. But when it is fall on the conveyor belt, it is vibrating. So this angle of repose again will come down. That is phi 1. Angle of repose come down to and phi 1. That is called dynamic angle of repose. Dynamic angle of repose. And the dynamic angle of repose is equivalent to 0.35 of the angle of repose. But angle of repose. And your then so the conveyor belt slope should be less than the dynamic angle of repose. Otherwise, the material will fall due to gravity. So material will fall due to gravity. So suppose you want to discharge a material at 10 meter height then what will be your conveyor length? Now conveyor length will be, suppose it is a 30 degree, conveyor length will be 30 degree, then 10 meter angle of the dynamic angle of repose is suppose your 32 degree. Then you have to make the conveyor slope less than 32, 30 degree. Then 30 degree means sin 30 is equal to your height versus hypotenuse, that is 10 divided by L, sin 30 is 0.5, that is 10 by L, so L will be how much? 20 meters. So conveyor length distance should be 20 meter to discharge it at 10 meter height. 20-meter discharge length is required, conveyor belt length is required. That means lot of structure belt length is also very high, 20 meter. Your cost will also high and space requirement will also be high. So to avoid this, we are doing the bucket elevator. You see that is bucket elevator. Buckets are there, consist of series of uniform fed buckets. There are small buckets are there. You see this is the small bucket. Here material will with the inlet, from the inlet port, material will fall on the buckets, and it will go up and discharge it to the outlet chute, and from here it will fall down. So, and use elevator usually vertically pulverized granules or lumpy material you can use in this type of conveyor. There is, so if it is, you can make it straight one, where space limitation is there. Normal conveyor cannot be installed, because in the previous slide I have shown you that the bucket conveyor you can use. Metal is received in the boot, you see that the boot, at boot reach, and then discharged by passing over the head wheel, passing over the head wheel. You see, passing the head wheel, passing over the head wheel, and it will fall down. And the discharge chute, from the discharge chute, it will fall down. From an inlet chute, it will go up, and then to the bucket will fall down. Due to gravity, it will fall down. So mechanism is enclosed in a casing. This is a casing. It is a casing. This is a casing. In a casing, screw take up is normally provided at the boot shaft to take care of the elongation of the belt. After some prolonged learning, belt can elongate, so you can further, you can the screw take up assembly, you can increase the length of the increase the tension of the chain by this screw, so that is fitted, that can be adjusted. Due to limitation of dynamic angle of repose, belt conveyor cannot be used for space or for space constraint. Their bucket conveyor is being used. So I have told you due to dynamic angle of repose, your belt conveyor length shall be less than the dynamic angle of repose. So your if you want to discharge it to high height, your belt length will be more, and space limitation will be, there will be lot of space are required. To avoid that, we are using bucket elevator, where you can directly vertically or with slight vertically you can lift the material. You see they are tensioning, the screw take up tensioning assembly. If your chain become loose, then you can tighten it. You can increase the tension. Then it can be of two types: centrifugal or continuous bucket. You see the this is the centrifugal. Due to the speed will be high, centrifugal bucket speed will be high when the bucket will come up or downward. Due to high speed, the centrifugal force, it will discharge the material and it will fall down. They fall down. The primary difference lies their operation. Centrifugal bucket elevator, due to high speed, due to centrifugal force, the material will fall from the bucket due to centrifugal force, and the speed should be high. If it is low, then it can fall here also, in center also. So due to high centrifugal force, it will be discharged outside. So for this, the centrifugal force should be RPM should be higher. Higher. The centrifugal bucket conveyor uses the high speed and the centrifugal force to throw the material out of the basket, out of this basket. of the basket. And continuous basket elevator run much slower. This is the continuous basket. It is running. You see, this is due to centrifugal force it will throw, but here it is due to gravity. If our speed is less, so due to gravity when it come down, it will discharge the material here. Continuous bucket elevator must run much slower. Its speed will be slower using gravity. Due to gravity it will fall down. Here due to centrifugal force it will fall down, and the preceding bucket to create a smooth and continuous pour. Here the bucket are very closely mounted, so it will be continuously pouring will be there. But here due to centrifugal force, the bucket will be mounted on some distance, so there it will be a continuous flow. You see, the buckets are provided slightly distance. There are some distances there. Here buckets are provided close, touching to each other. Touching to either it is a bucket where the material will be there, and when it is rotating, it will fall automatically due to gravity. But here some distance is there between the two gravity. When this due to speed, it will discharge the material through centrifugal force. That's why some gap is required. Baskets are mounted specific intervals and operate at relatively high speed. This is relatively high speed. This is relatively low speed. There is low speed, and relatively low speed. There is some problems also, and troubleshooting of the bucket elevator. Uneven distribution of material in the bucket, because in the continuous, if you are using the belt conveyor, then continuous flow is possible. But here, as it is bucket, so flow will be intermittent. Flow will be intermittent, and overfilling of the bucket when the material is pouring, there may be some overfilling. Overfilling will be there. So material feeding to if the material feeding is too fast, then elevator speed is slow. Then overfilling will be there. Then overfilling will be there. Product breaking and damage, because it is falling from height to the ground floor. So there will be possibilities there. The product can damage. Product can damage. Less from losses and reduced yield, because losses from spillage, failure of some product to discharge from the bucket, high height due to an unplanned stoppage and downtime. There will be a lot of the bucket can fall down, and so the unplanned and stoppage and downtime is increased. Material sticky material, so it can stick on the bucket, so your flow will come down. The bucket can fall down, so unplanned stoppage and downtime will be more, particularly for the bucket type conveyor. With centrifugal discharge, material dug from the boot, from the bottom, use centrifugal force to discharge the material. High speed elevator, because it is a high centrifugal force, high speed is required. And then lumps should be minimum. Here lumps should be, because lumps is more than the centrifugal force, it can damage the plate materials. It will cover, so casing material can damage. And then not usually used for granules, because if it is high force, it will touch the casing plates, then it can break down. And bucket should be robust design, so that it can take the centrifugal force. Or continuous discharge, material are directly loaded into the bucket instead of scooping from the boot, and use gravity to discharge the material. It is due to gravity only it will fall. So designed for slow speed, it is designed for slow speed, suitable for granules, so that do not break. It is, as it is not high force, it is hitting the casing, so it will not break. Bucket closely spaced on the belt, they are touching each other, so that more or less continuous or very continuous flow you can get. Bucket act as a part of the discharge chute. Then your next is your uh, drag chain conveyor. Drag chain conveyor means, you see, this is the drag chain conveyor. Airtight, it is the airtight system. Keep the dust contained and inherently safe. Airtight construction keep the dust contained and inherently safe, and commonly utilized to transport coal, wood, refuse material, scrubber sludge in power plant, pulp and paper mill, fly ashes and waste to energy facilities. Less capital cost, less maintenance, almost maintenance is free, can move more volume of material in smaller housing at slower speed and less HP than other conveyor. It drag chain conveyor power requirement will be less. You see the drag chain conveyor here. It is a plates are used to material fall. It will drag the material from one end to the other end. When material fall here, due to these plates, it will drag the material in material and discharge it to the other side. Then capacity of the different type of conveyor, if it is a belt conveyor and trough type, with trough angle 20 to 25 degree, then or more, then your belt conveyor capacity will be how much? Now 20 to 25%, because you cannot pull it, because it will fall down. This is the belt, the black one is the belt, so you have to half pull it. Then screw conveyor also, you cannot pull it. Also the your capacity will be only 45%. And paddle type drag conveyor, it is 45 to 50%, because half portion will drag and half portion will hang while returning. So you cannot drag pull. So half portion of the casing you can drag. And here the emasses conveyor, the 90% conveyor material transport is possible. We'll show one by one. So you see, this is the called paddle type, because the you see half portion is after and half portion is the bottom and half portion is at the top. So half portion will take the material, and then it will come up, and then it will be upper side. So like this it will go on moving up lower. When it will come downward, it will take the material, discharge it, then again come upwards. So it is, that's why its carrying capacity is 50%. Carrying capacity is 50%. This is full in masses conveyor, because you see it will take the full material, and then once it is coming touching this rod, it will flat, it become flat. Because if you see the drawing, if you see the capacity, you see this much capacity is there, full capacity it can take. Then after touching the rod, it will become flat, horizontal. Here half portion will take the load and half portion will hang on. When it go the bucket, half portion semicircle will come up, then it will not drag any, but the half semicircle it will drag the material. But here it is full, it can take the full bucket. And then when it is come at the end, it will discharge the material and it become flat. You see, it become flat. That's why you see the picture showing here, it become flat. Up to this it can take the full capacity. That's why EMAS conveyor capacity is 90%. Here it is 45 to 50%, because half portion will take the material. Screw conveyor, it is to screw only, it is going from one end to other end, but it cannot be pulled, because if it is full it will fall down. So it is the 45% possible. And the trough belt conveyor, it is 20 to 25% discharge is possible. Then pipe and pneumatic conveyor. How it is look like? You see the conveyor, belt conveyor, it look like belt conveyor. It receive the material, and then the sidewise rollers are there. It will make this belt to close. You see, when it is removing the material, taking the material, it becomes even flat. Gradually, it become closed, and then it will pass through the circular hole of these plates, and it will become a circle one, closed circle one, and the material will push inside. And then when it is coming to the discharge side, it will again open. It will have the these plates will not be there. Instead of the half idler will be there. Idler will go on like this. So it will open again and discharge. So modern environmental friendly transport system, solving numerous problems associated with conventional conveyor system, that is spillage of material, limitation with regard to steep incline and curve layout, etc. So that's why the material, if it is the open one, then material can fall down. Only 20 to 25% material you can take, but if you can close it, the full diameter of the pipe of the belt you can take, and then again discharge it to the outside. So this is the advantage. And it can be of Pioneer. They are Bridgestone. Bridgestone, they are manufacturing, is the pioneer of this pipe type of conveyor. Pipe type of conveyor. Conveyor are available 150 millimeter to 700 millimeter diameter. 150 millimeter means 6 inches, and 700 millimeter diameter also, both fabric and steel cord is carcass belt. It is a steel cord carcass build. We can easily roll it. Once passing through the circle of the plate, it will become closed. So pipe shape build prevent material spillage. So material spillage will be avoided. You see, the material is go on like this. Circular one, circular one. It will go on like this. Miles after miles, it can go. So under design build may cause build deformation. If it is under design, then there will be a lot of gap will be there. So it can deformation can take place. While over design, with load will excessive power consumption will be there. And in India, Helicon are making this type of circular belt conveyor. They are making the circular belt conveyor. Then pneumatic conveyor. The method of conveying the powder or granular material by floating the material in gas or with the gas and air, then allowing to it to flow to the destination, to the closed pipe. Through the closed pipe, with the help of gas or air, you can transport the material from one end to the other end. Motion is imparted to the material by conveyed to be conveyed by fast moving stream of air. So high velocity air are introduced. It will take the material through the pipe, one end to the pipe to other end. Hmm. And suitable for non-sticky. It should not be sticky material. It should not be. It should be non-sticky material. If sticky material, you cannot do the pneumatic conveyor. Can use the pneumatic conveyor? Pneumatic conveyor system consists of air and air supply equipment must be there. Imagine blower or compressor, pipelines and product storage, and air lock feeders and dust filter. And there should be must be a dust filter. I will show you the picture next on. Dust filter should be there. Otherwise, there are a lot of damage, a lot of losses will take place. Then material can be picked from one end or more points. There are so many points we can take the material in between and can be delivered to one or more points. It can be delivered to one point or to so many points. And material is conveyed in a closed pipe. There is no problem for pollution. Therefore, the pollution will not be there, and contamination with foreign particles. That should not be. It will not be contaminated. Can come in contact with the foreign particle. It is self-cleaning system because the air only it is moving and can be operated remotely by DCS also. DCS control also you can operate it. You see the disadvantages: relatively high energy consumption, pneumatic conveyor, with consumption per unit weight of the material transport, high energy because you have to use the air also, and application limited to dry, granulated and pulverized material. If it is sticky material, it cannot use this pneumatic, and the length of the pneumatic conveyor is limited. Vacuum system, when you are using a vacuum system, length should be maximum 500 meter, and when the high pressure system, your blower etc. you are using, then 2 kilometer magnificently more. And pneumatic is the positive pressure system or vacuum system. Two types. One is positive system, another is vacuum system. And then you see this is the positive system where the conveyor material, dust material is there through the blowers. This is the blower, low blower. From here the you the suction, air is blowing. You see the rotary feeder. from here the material will fall, and through this air it will go to the collector, and here it is back filters are there, and from here you can take out the material, and back filters are there where the if any dust material go outside, it will be caught in the filter and fall down. So fall down. This is the positive displacement, and finally the dust free air will be there. Dust will go out, but material will fall down. Dust, cool dust, etc. will fall down. Here it is negative. Here it is negative. You see, here it is the blowers are provided at the end. Were provided at the end. From here, air is going to suck. For this, air is going to suck from here to the chimney. Check from here material will be there. Due to negative pressure, when you run this, there will be negative pressure will be generated, so material will fall down through this feeder gradually, and air will come suck from this, and it will go through this pipe to this this cane where the back filters are there. From here fresh air will go, dust free air will go to the blowers, and all dust will fall down, and through this feeder it will collect it in the tank, and finally it is going to outside. It is a negative pressure, negative pressure system. Here it is positive pressure system, here it is negative pressure system, but still some dust will be there. That's why this type of blower are frequently we have to do the maintenance, because some dust will certainly going to come. Though you are using the back filter also, but still some dust can come. That's why the frequency of failure of this blower is much more than the this type of positive pressure system, but here power consumption will be more, where you need to do the high pressure to over take the material. Here through the vacuum the material will come. Material will come. So friends, I think I have discussed I discussed everything regarding the classification of conveyor, different type of conveyor, conveying materials, conveyor systems, different type of conveyor systems are available. I think if you go through these slides, your concept regarding the material transport from one end to other with the help of conveyor belt and other conveyor system will be clear. And if you are still having any doubt, you can talk to me, you can mail me, and if you are convinced, I think with these slides, then you please give a like mark, tick mark, and subscribe it, so that when in my next post, when I discuss the normal general question and answer, it will be very interesting and very attractive to help you to face the interview board. So, and if you are satisfied, I think you can send this channel. You can ask your friends to go through this, and they can also be benefited. Not only the fresh graduate engineer, but also those who are experienced engineer. They can also go through these channels, where every types of equipment, rotary as well as static, will be discussed, and you will be benefited, and you can do the maintenance very operation very well. Thank you very much.